Hello and welcome back to Dees TV. Another watch along, another week in the Autumn Nations Cup. How are we all doing? What's going on? How is everyone? We've got a couple of people in. Yeah, so the players are just coming out, which is lovely. So we're sorry we're a little bit late. We had to run to the shop and get a couple of tins in. So yes. Let me know if everything's all right, if you can hear me okay and see me okay. That would be great. So the teams this afternoon, just before the anthems. Oh, apologies, we're observing the silence. Oh no, it's the Irish national anthem first. So we'll run through the teams while we're going with that. Live from Twickenham. So for Ireland, we've got... Get a bit closer so I can see Kieran Healy. Do you know what? I'm not going to go through the teams because I can't read them off my sheet. I've made them too small for me to see, but you can see them. So Ireland's team is just there. England's team is just there. And the benches are down there. We're going to have some ball tracking as well this week if we can get that going, which would be lovely, but that will come as the game kicks off. Big Will's back. Hello, Big Will. Good day from Brisbane. Sound and video is good. Awesome. Awesome. Better than last week. We had some technical issues last week, but I seem to have fixed it all this week. So that hard work has paid off. Anybody watch the Argentina game this morning? What a cracker. Big Will, you've got to be seething a little bit off that, surely. Argentina are... doing bits at the minute. They're looking good. Yeah, this game's going to be a real cracker. There we go. All of the shirts as well. Look at that. All the clubs around the country have offered a shirt that's filling the seats of Twickenham as God Save the Queen rains out around the ground. And even, I understand, one of our own Dunstablian shirts are sat somewhere, blissfully, around the hallowed turf of Twickenham, which is fabulous. Don't see the shirts, though, throughout the game. It's just for that brief moment. Afternoon, Mr. Harris. How are we? So, yeah, it should be a good game, this one. They're billing this as the... yes, I am watching it on Prime, Rob. They're billing this as already as the group decider, which doesn't say a lot for Wales, does it? But yes, yes, Rob, I'm watching it on Prime, not Channel 4, along with our sponsors. We'll take a moment's silence now. And there we go. An anti-racism silence there, absolutely justified and good to see. So the England team, they're going to show us the lineup. So we've got Mako, Jamie George and Carl Sinclair up front, with Maro Itoje back in the second row with Launchbury, and the back row, Tom Curry, Sam Underhill, and number 8, Billy Vunipola. The backs, Ben Youngs, Owen Farrell, Henry Slade, Ollie Lawrence, Johnny May, Elliot Daly, and Jonathan Joseph make up the back line. So there we go. That's the England side. And we've got Dunn, Genge, Stewart, Hill, Earl, Robson, Ford and Marlins on the bench. For Ireland, up front, Kieran Healy, Rowan Kelleher, Andrew Porter are the front row. Second row is Quinn Rowe, James Ryan, and the back row, CJ Stander, Peter O'Monaghy, and Kelvin Doris. And in the backs, Gibson Park, Bryan, Aki, Farrell, Lowe, Keenan, and Earls. On the bench for Ireland, we've got Herring, Beelum, Ryan, Henderson, Connors, Murray, Burns, and Stockdale. Murray on the bench. I fancy that. I don't mind that. I think that's probably the best choice for Ireland. Big Will Farrell to score first. Do you reckon? I reckon Johnny May. But I'll take your money. James O'Lowe, Bundy O'Haki are Irish as. No comment. The English are full of South Africans, so I'll say no more on that. But yes, this whole ruling around overseas players gaining dual nationality status, I'm not sure about it. You are where you were born. That's where you should be. If you decide to go and move to Ireland or England or Scotland and join South Africa C team, then you're still South African as far as I'm concerned. But we're off. We're underway. Let's go and get some ball tracking on. Let's see if we can get that today. There it is. There we go. Lovely job. Right. Hopefully I fixed it. It didn't like the ball. I think it didn't like the ball tracking. So we're back. Apologies for that. Not sure what went wrong there, but we haven't missed anything. Just a bit more kick tennis. So there we go. Thus is life. Do apologise for that. Hopefully. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Let's ask the question. I'm back. I am back. And welcome back to you, Sean. Welcome back to my living room. Yeah, so, like I say, we haven't missed anything. It's just kick tennis, isn't it? So, but Ireland have got a scrum now. If you want to sync your stream with me, my clock counter is on 5:15 now. So there we go. Oh, and welcoming a few more viewers as well. A couple more people in. That's lovely. Do say hello. Do drop a like. That would be great. Get us seen. That would be fabulous. And we will see how this game pans out. So yeah, good to see Marrow back in the second row. That's a good. I think that's we said last week that's his rightful place there in the second row, and I think that's a good thing. My clock's saying 6:07 now, so I don't know if I'm behind you, ahead of you. I'm not gonna risk looking at the ball tracking clock again because I don't want the stream to go down. But yeah. What do we think of Ireland at the minute? I'm thinking that you're on 7:25. Okay, so I'm about a minute behind you on my clock. So apologies for that. So I'm about 25 seconds ahead. Okay, cool. Well, you'll know what happens before me, and you'll probably see it about 6 seconds after I say it anyway. Tell me on when 7:19. Okay. I'll try and counter the stream lag as well as England pick up a penalty, and I'm on 7:19 about now, I would say. So yeah, okay, cool. Right. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I think we've probably seen the end of the Murray and Johnny Sexton success. I think watching him play last week, I think Sexton has just become too toxic for Ireland now. His rants and raves and disappointment is just becoming counterproductive. I think probably time to move on from Johnny. He's been fabulous. Like, don't get me wrong, one of the world's greatest tens in his day. But I think we're just at the end now, and I think we're just clinging on a little bit too long. And I think a change of guard is needed. Mind you, don't mind it at all at the moment. For this game, although he's not playing, he's injured, isn't he? Oh dear, oh Lord! Nearly a try. Jamie George again. Jamie George. Yeah, but I think I think it's time for Freddie Burns to step up. Sorry, not Freddie Burns. Billy Burns. Wrong Burns. Step up and take the reins. That's my opinion. What do you think? Is Johnny done? Is it time? Tell me. Let me know. What do you think? So there we go. Some more kicks to the corner, but it's gone too long. Only just, though. It's a good effort. Right move. One injury away with Sexton with a bow out, or is this the one? He does get a lot of injuries now, and he's clearly suffering with some long-term injury that's causing him some issues. God, this is so scrappy and messy. It's obvious that he's facing some injury troubles that are ongoing, but I think it's more than that. I think it's his attitude now. You watch him last week. Every time somebody misses the ball or doesn't do what he wants, then he throws a little temper tantrum, doesn't he? And I just don't think that's good for a team ethos. Sexton is the person who's stayed too long in one job and needs a break, like a sabbatical. Go and play in Japan or something. Yeah. Couldn't agree with that. Or go to France. If he doesn't want to travel halfway around the world, go to France or Japan and make some money for a couple of seasons and then come back and might be refreshed. Owen Farrell can't tackle properly. No, he's been brought up on rugby league, hasn't he? And thus tackles atrociously. I'm not sure how he doesn't get pinged more often. I think it's his name, but he should get pinged a lot more than he does for poor tackle technique. Because he doesn't really wrap, does he? He sort of goes in with one shoulder up and down by his side and then wraps with the other one, tries to wrap with the other one. And more often than not, people just bounce off him. So yeah, welcome in. We're getting a few more people in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome along to Dees TV. Do a watch along. Special mention for our partner, Amazon Prime. There is a link in the description down below. If you want a free month of Amazon Prime, go ahead and click that on us. Why not? Watch all of the Autumn Nations Cups games on Amazon Prime, or just pick up the ones on Channel 4. depending on where you are in the world, of course. I don't know. Big Will, is it on Amazon Prime for you? You're in Australia, aren't you? Yeah, Brisbane. Yeah. Is it on there? I don't know. Anyway, England on the halfway, and it's just more scrappy play. So many of these passes are going to down, or like going to ground, or floating up in the air. Just needs to the game needs to settle down a bit and somebody needs to get their teeth into it a bit. I think it's a bit sporadic. Yeah, 35, nearing the end of his career. Yeah, I think. I think if he was to go to France or Japan now, he wouldn't come back. But take a break from Ireland. You've been at Leinster all your career. You've been in the Ireland team all your career. Probably change. Jamie George drop goal. Could you imagine the scenes? Could you imagine the scenes of Jamie George drop goal? I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. But I don't think he's going to be allowed. I think he gets shot. I think Eddie's got a rifle in the stand and is just waiting for it, isn't he? But anyway, back to the game. What have we got? We've got a scrum on the Ireland 10, about 5 metres out. England scrum. Nice to see Itoje back in the second row. KO for me in Brisbane, but Amazon Prime is an option too. KO streams every sport imaginable, so it's good if you love sports. Do they really? I'd love something like that in England, but unfortunately, Sky and BT have got too much control, and we're only allowed to watch what they want to show us. But I'd love to be able to watch a game of Tiddlywinks after a Friday night out. Absolutely. Well, England have absolutely destroyed that scrum, haven't they? I think as this game wears on, England are going to sort of pull it together. They're the team that sort of just do enough, aren't they? They never seem to really excel unless it's a super side like New Zealand and have a phenomenal game. They always seem to just do enough to comfortably beat the opposition when they win. And of course, when they lose, they look really quite shoddy. But deep inside Ireland's 22 now, and we're getting that forwards game going. Little crash balls. Oh, crossfield. Oh, was that carried over? Was it carried? Oh, we've come back for the penalty anyway. Number 7. What did he do? I'm not sure. But coming back for a pen. Peter O'Mahony. In at the side. There we go. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, blatant. Oh, come on, that's a yellow, surely. That's cynical. Right, so, another line out. 6 metres out. Or 5 metres out. Every sport too. Handball, cricket, golf, tennis. And they're super reliable with their streams too. $25 US. Sorry, Australian dollars. Which is pretty good. Was that $25 a month or a year? It must be a month, surely. For every sport. It's got to be. So, Itoje goes up and we got the drive on. Oh, and they've rolled it round the corner. And they've dropped it. Oh. We need to get Gav's can of bloody magic spray out, don't we? $25 a month. That ain't bad though. That ain't bad, to be fair. I mean, Sky over here is like 60 quid a month. So what's that in Aussie dollars? It's like 120 Aussie dollars a month, I think. Oh, there we go. Johnny May with the crossfield. We'll have a bit of that. I called it. I should have had a fiver on that, shouldn't I? First try. Penalty coming anyway, I think. But cheeky little crossfield. And a basket, isn't he? There's no way he should have taken. I called it, Will. I called it. Did he get it down? Oh, he did. He did. Fair enough. Yes. There's no way he should have scored it, though. That's poor from the Irish winger there. And Johnny May moves up to 5th in the all-time England try scorer record. There you go. 30. I didn't see how many, actually. I think the top one was 31. Rory Underwood. And the kick is no good. That's something we don't say a lot with Farrell, isn't it? Even though he's out on the touchline, you'd expect him to get that. So, yeah. What rugby have you been watching this week? Anybody watch any good games? I watched Harlequins Exeter last night. The conditions weren't ideal. Let's be honest, but it was a boring game to watch. It was not a great game at all. In fact, I've forgotten most of the details. It was that boring. And I only watched the second half because obviously I was on the quiz prior to that. And then today I watched the Newcastle game and the Argentina game. As a Newcastle fan, loving seeing us back in the Prem. And what a win, overturning Bath. What an absolute game. Played very well. McGuigan had an absolute flyer. So yeah. And to see Argentina play the way they did, Michael Checker, is it Checker? I think so, yeah. I didn't like him before. I didn't really rate him. I didn't really like the way that Australia played rugby. I didn't like the way he rubbed up the media, blah, 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 blah. But you have to have a little slip of the lid because he's gone into Argentina and he's absolutely torn it up. And I'm telling you something, if they carry on playing like this for the next 3 years, I wouldn't mind putting a fiver on them as a semi-finalist. Oh, Sean, have you dropped me a spoiler? Have you dropped me a spoiler, Sean? Are you a little bit ahead of me? Ireland take the penalty and have gone to the corner. Deep in the 22. We're about 8 metres out. Lots of knock-ons. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Johnny, get that. Oh, Johnny, make that chicken dance. Chips it down into the 22. He's going. He's gone. He's gone. Another little nudge on with the boot. Oh, Sexwee. Johnny Sexwee May. My God. What a try. What a try. Try the tournament. Get up. I always have Johnny May in my fantasy team as well. I haven't done one for the Autumn Nations, but Six Nations. I always do the Guinness Fantasy League. Always have Johnny May. He is like the first name on my team sheet because he's always guaranteed at least one try and a shit ton of meters. Apologies for language if any of the kiddywinks are listening. Take a bow, son, indeed. Sensational. Easy for me to say. And no doubt with the conversion, Farrell back to form. Not that you could miss, really, from 10 metres out under the posts. I mean, Is there an argument for Johnny May? Oh, the big V8 show's in. How you doing, mate? Is there an argument for Johnny May to go to the Olympics in the 100 metres? You could probably do the 200 metres, to be fair, better. That boy is rapid. This English team would crush any team in the current Tri-Nations. Would they? Do you think so? I'm not so sure. Like I say, they seem to be... I think they've been really fortunate at the minute that they're playing okay. They're playing just enough rugby, as in playing just enough to win games. But yeah, I don't know if they've got enough to turn it on at the minute. I mean, okay, yeah, New Zealand were poor against Argentina. They were lazy. I watched the highlights back, and they looked like they'd done what England did a couple of years ago, and went, right, we've got a rest week, so we're going to go and scrummage against Georgia for 5 days. Yeah, they looked tired. And then this week, Argentina and Australia. I mean, the weather played a lot, but slip of the lid to Argentina. They just did not give up. They just would not die, and they should have done. Some of those kicks as well, they were getting absolute snow on it. So fair play in those conditions to Argentina. They just wouldn't die. And would England go there and dominate teams? I think they'd probably dominate Australia. New Zealand like to get... Well, I mean, Australia and New Zealand, there's that history, isn't there? But Argentina have been good overall, but today's game was boring. I turned it off and watched the Exeter replay instead. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the game was pretty dull until sort of like 60 minutes when they were sort of coming back into it. Yeah, I'll give you that. But they would not give up. So hang on. So you went from the Argentina game that was dull to the Exeter game that was an absolute dullard as well. Did anybody watch the Northampton game? Because that was the other one last night that I didn't see. Scoreline looks like it was a bit tasty. But here we go. Ireland, about where they messed up their last line out, deep in England's 22, but they've done a better job of holding on to the ball this time. And round the corner they go, looking to use the forwards, but England love this high press, or this speedy, pushy sort of defensive line. I don't want to use any jargony words that like are relevant just to my club or anything like that. So we'll call it a blitz line. But yeah, it's so effective. It's so effective. Based on what I've seen from both Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere Test rugby so far, Northern Hemisphere rugby are a step ahead. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the Northern Hemisphere teams are being a little bit more dynamic about the way they play. They've got more than one game plan. I think at the minute, so today Australia sort of really heavily relied on that kicking game that just wasn't really there. I mean, all kicks were just they were identical. They get up above the grandstand and into the 22, yeah, but straight down somebody's throat and they can run it back. So, when you kick, you've got to kick smart. If you're kicking for territory, you want to look at your net gains. If you're going to play kick tennis against somebody, yes, you might get it back from another kick, but ultimately, is that kick coming back to you closer than you were or further away than you were when you started the kick tennis? And I don't think Australia really understood the process very well today with that. Whereas Northern Hemisphere teams, I suppose with Northern Hemisphere teams, I get the impression that we probably experience more varied weather conditions because we play virtually all year round. Whereas, by comparison, Australia's like summer to us all year round, even though it's probably cold to you. But yeah, so I imagine that you're used to just playing in the sun and having a dry ball to fling around the deck. So we have to, in the Northern Hemisphere, we have to be a bit more dynamic about the way we play and play to the conditions a bit more that I think Southern Hemisphere teams struggle with. Right, anyway, we've got a knock on for Ireland. I think the modern professional game suits Northern Hemisphere style better. You have to have fit physical players drilled to remain highly disciplined. Yeah, I mean the breakdown at the minute is becoming, wow, it's becoming null and void, the breakdown, and I think that's something Argentina did very well today, just like avoiding, and against New Zealand, just avoiding getting involved in a breakdown, because there's no point. Like, unless you're there within a millisecond of the guy hitting the deck, you're not going to get the ball. You're going to get pinged for something. So just get out. Leave it alone. There's no point. Wait for them to make a mistake and soak up the pressure. Because the more phases you play, the more pressure is on the attacking team. Simply because they use their options in their crash line, and then you've got four men on the deck, and you've still got 13 or 14 on your feet. And then when you move it wide, you're pulling people out of position. So your 12 might take it into contact. So you've got no 12 on the next play. Then your 13 might go up. So you've got no centres now, and your 12's tracking back round. So yeah, you've got to be more. You've got to be super disciplined and soak up that pressure. And like I said, there's no point getting into a ruck. I would rather see teams just not bother defending counter rucking unless it's massively on. Like, unless the guy's completely isolated himself, what's the point? You're not going to win it. But what I do love about Southern Hemisphere rugby is the niggle. You guys down there love niggle, don't you? Like, Argentina, South Africa, they're all about just getting in your face and getting niggly. And that's probably like one of the big plays for the World Cup final, wasn't it? You know, they got right in England's face from the off, and England just didn't know how to handle it. Yeah, you can't play fast and expansive if you've got a well-disciplined back line. You're absolutely right. Or defensive line, sorry. If you've got guys there covering man for man, then you're going nowhere. Soak that pressure up. That's what I say. But who am I? I'm a nobody. Oh, that's got to be forwards. He's gone through 5 meters out, and it's just too slow, isn't it? It's got to be a bit quicker. When you're there, when you've broke through like that, it's got to be a bit quicker. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're going to get absolutely wiped out by 120 kg prop, and that ain't fun for nobody. But penalty for England here. As we say, don't get involved in the breakdowns. Here comes a holding on turnover. But Billy, the guy's not even got into a presentation position, and he's all over him. And that's exactly what we're saying. Like, if it's on, it's on. If it's not, leave it alone. So, half an hour into the game, England 12, Ireland 0. Oh, I've got that, haven't I? I've got that this week. I should be updating that. Let's get that sorted. Where did I put that? No, we don't want that. We don't want that. There it is. There we go. That's a bit better. Now we've got the score there as well. Super. Oh, so they're showing us pictures from Llanelli now. Love the spelling of Llanelli. Wales, Georgia. Should be an easy win, shouldn't it? Am I not 120 kg, you cheeky bugger? I'm 111 kg, thank you very much. As of yesterday morning. And no, I'm not a prop. Not at all. I played blindside for a little bit. I didn't really enjoy that, not going to lie. Hooker, I did play hooker for a couple of games, and I absolutely hated it. Absolutely hated it. It's a horrible place to play. And I was up against some wily old horrible hooker who just knew all the dark arts. So he'd got his head in on my sternum, and I wasn't wearing any shin pads, so he'd got his studs all over my shins when we were trying to compete for the ball. Because all the hooker jokes. Well, for 20 quid, let's see where it gets you. Get an Amazon Prime subscription down below and see what happens. I'm game if you are. So, we've got a penalty count here. So England so far have conceded 4 penalties and Ireland have conceded 6. So, although we talk about discipline in the Northern Hemisphere, I think that's pretty poor. I don't know about you. But I would like to see no more than sort of, I mean, no more than really 6 penalties in a game anyway, from one side for me. If you're looking to, if you're looking to win it comfortably, I don't want to see that. I want to see some good rugby. Oh, he's hit the truck. Oh, he's hit the pickup. Farrell kicking the ball into touch there. He's only gone and smashed the pickup windows, isn't he? Tight head props are the hardest working forwards on the field. Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why they're the most paid player on the pitch. That is a horrible place to be. You know, you've got the weight of both sides of the scrum coming down on you from either end. You're basically being spit roasted by a scrum. That's not something I'd fancy. What have we got here? Another penalty for England. 6 metres out. What are we saying? Contact in the air. Yeah, fair enough. Contact in the air. But although they're the most well-paid player on the pitch, tight head props, they are ugly fuckers, aren't they? You don't see many pretty tight heads. Although saying that, Sinclair's not. He's not a painting. He's not an oil painting, is he? But he's not a bad looking fella. If he told me to lean forward, I probably wouldn't say no. More out of fear than anything else. So here we go. 5 metres out. England line out. The spit roast. Is it not? There we go. England to score here. You reckon? I think you're right. Just need it to come around the corner a little bit. There we go. Ireland trying to pull down Sinclair's shorts as well. Oh, come on, the ball's there. Okay. So, carried into the maul. Ireland scrum on their own 5. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Spoke too soon. You did indeed speak too soon. You jinxed it. What have you done? What have you done? Yeah, but I don't mind an Ireland scrum on their own 5. It's a horrible place to get out of. Right. Time for another beer. I will be right back. Here we go. Oh, there's no better sound, is there not? Oi, I'm an ex-tight head. Yes, you got a point. I'm sure you're beautiful, Big Will. Your profile picture is that a goat? It says it all. You are goated. Right. Here we go. Let's have this scrum then. What are we saying? 36 minutes on the clock. We'll talk about Wales at half-time, I think. Oh, it's a sheep. It's a sheep. Sorry. Oh, well, in that case, it's ideal, isn't it? So we'll talk about Wales at half-time. And see what we're saying about that. Honouring his Kiwi roots. What goats have you seen? What goats have I seen? Michael Atherton. He looks like a goat, doesn't he? If you're a cricket fan. Oh, and here he goes, Johnny May. Johnny May getting absolutely ended. Yeah, I don't mind that kick. Sheep. Sheep. Dinner and dessert for a Kiwi. But surely you've got to have the dessert before... Well, I suppose which end of the sheep you're eating. It's, yeah. Enough said. Enough said. I don't mind that kick. But I don't think it was necessary. I thought the overlap was on, but there we go. Ireland. Oh, Ireland. You're in trouble here. On their own try line. Oh, what we say? Oh. Oh, we're going to have a look at the TMO and see if England have snuck it. Underhill. What an absolute beast that man is. But I don't think he's a starter. I think he's a great impact player. So the on-field decision's no try. Going to the TMO, what are we saying? A goat. How many beers have you had? Just the 2? Well, 1 and a bit. Well, Ireland trying to run out of their 5 metre line. Lol. Yeah. Oh, he has, you know. He's got that. He's held him up. No knees are down. He's stripped him. Oh. French ref. What a French ref. No try. I didn't think his knees were down, but fair enough. If he got a knee down, fair enough. How was the tackle completed, though? I didn't see any knees down. Owen's getting revenge on his dad today, I reckon. What is this beef? I couldn't see his other knee clearly, so he may have got his other knee down. But one knee was definitely... It never touched the floor. But the French hate the English, don't they? So, to be fair, most people do. Let's have another look at this. I mean, where's he run into anyway, for a start? Well, he's saying tackle completed, but I can't see how that tackle was completed. If he'd have stood up and run off, well, if the Irish 9 had stood up and run off, then that would have been absolutely fine, in my opinion. He slipped the tackle, and that's what it looked. That's what it looked like he was trying to do. He should have taken the ground. He's got away with one there, I think. But yeah, I agree. That's a try all day long for me. But it is what it is, and Ireland have got a lucky escape just inside England's half with a line out then, and off we go again. But yeah, what were they even thinking? Trying to run out of their own 5? Madness. Should have been awarded just for the steal and the cheek of it. Yeah. To be fair, like, I can't see anything wrong with that. But there you go. We move. Farrell has no interest in making a real tackle, has he? Oh, but he's got the turnover. He's got the strip out of it. I don't know how he's managed that. As Big Billy trundles on. What do we think about him? And he's called the mark. What do we think about Big Billy? He's another one, isn't he? That he's good, but is there better? And that's the half as well. Yeah, he's good, but is there better? Damn, I'm further ahead in the game than you. Yeah, I'm literally, they've just called half time. And England having a little... They're clarifying the laws of the game with the referee. That's what I like to say. They're clarifying the laws with the ref. It's because the Roses beat the French earlier. Oh, I forgot about the women's game. Yeah, did they? Okay, half time. We said we were going to talk about Wales, didn't we? Well, we've got the adverts on now, so we've got no analysis from the TV. So let's have a chat about Wales. What do we think? Wales under Pivac. Everyone's calling for his head already. Are we in agreement? Do we think that Pivac should go already? He's already sacked his defensive coach. I'll give you a few seconds to drop something in the chat, and then I'll give my opinion on it. But yeah, what are your thoughts? 1 year into a 4-year a World Cup cycle, should Pivac go? If you haven't, by the way, do feel free to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. That's the word I was looking for. We've got 2 likes at the minute, so it'd be great to get some more. Billy isn't fit, in my opinion. There's a certain extra player that would be a gun 8 for England. Do you know what? I couldn't agree more. How Sam Simmonds is not in this squad is a joke. I mean, I get why Joe Simmonds isn't, because there's Farrell and Ford that are wearing a lot of Eddie's sweet corn on their noses, and to be fair, they're great players in their individual rights. So I can see why Joe Simmonds has not broke through, but Sam Simmonds all day long, he should be there. Reckon he should stay. The cracks were already starting to appear under Gatland. Yeah, absolutely. There were cracks at the World Cup, weren't there? But here's my thought. Oh, here we go. Fed up of hearing that it's because of his size, but personally would. Thoughts on Sam Simmons? Yeah, like I say, absolutely, Sam Simmons should be in that squad. He is an absolute machine. How can you go from being a double... like, you've ticked every box on your road to international rugby. Yeah, you've played first team rugby for your club. You've played... You're a double champion winner. One of only 2 sides that have done that. Like, absolutely 100% Sam Simmons needs to be in there. Love to see Simmons, Curry and Underhill in the back row for a game. I mean, Curry and Simmons, absolutely 100% agree. I don't know about Underhill. I mean, I love him. I think he's a fantastic player. But I just think that he's like a 60-minute player. Well, not even a 60-minute player. I think he's got a half in him where he plays phenomenally. I'd love to see him come off the bench in that 3 and have somebody like Mark Wilson in his place who has like phenomenal work rate and will do all of the non-flash stuff so that the other 2 can. Yeah, 100% Sam Simmons should be in the 8 jersey. That would be quality. Oh, then bring on the finisher, Mark Wilson. So you'd have it the other way around. Okay, that's interesting. So I've got it the opposite way to you. But I like that. Yeah. Fair enough. And that's why we make a good team, Rob. So, yeah. Oh, Wales. Yeah, Pivac. Like, give the guy a bloody chance. Like, he's just walked into the job. He's inherited a side and he's trying to build a new style of Wales. So what Wales are trying at the minute defensively is they're trying to dominate in this like high tackle choke ball scenario. So what they do is they'll smother the ball and look to hold the man up and win it in a maul basically. And Ludlam. Yeah. Ludlam's quality as well. Where does he fit in? So many quality back row at the minute. It's unbelievable. So they're looking to smother and then win the penalty through mauls. Maybe Wales could use Big Will's goat or sheep. Well, they would love his sheep. So yeah, and that's got its merits. Sometimes you'll get that. You'll smother the guy, you'll hold him up, you'll win the ball back through a maul. But on the other hand, if you get it wrong and you take somebody that's coming in too hard, too fast, then what's going to happen is they're going to break that line a little bit. And if they break that line a little bit, then you end up on the wrong side of the ball. And that's what we saw a lot last week for Wales, where they were giving away these really stupid penalties because they're on the wrong side of the play, because they're trying to smother the ball. So they need to get what they're trying to do at the minute is they're trying to completely change who they are overnight. And what Pivac needs to do is he needs to say, right, okay, this is the Gatland plan. This is the Gatland plan. We're sticking with it for now, and then I'm going to implement bit by bit what I want to change, rather than tearing up the rule book in between competitions, because it's not effective. Like it's like saying to a cricketer, you're a right-handed batsman, but from now on you're going to be left-handed. It will feel completely alien to them, and as a result, we're just seeing really sloppy decision making. It's the same with their attacking line. Someone said no clue what's happening with. Oh, the Big said no clue what's happening with the Welsh attacking and kicking strategy though. I don't think they have. I think they've tried to change too much of their strategy. That they're now in a position where they're in two minds. Like, I know the Gatland plan is this, but I know I should be doing this, and then they get caught in no man's land and doing neither. So I think what they should do is go, right, back to the drawing board. we've been for the last 12 years doing this, and this, and we do it really well. We've proven that with Grand Slam titles and World Cup semi-finals and blah 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 blah. Then, when he's ready, stage by stage, little by little, implement your own plan. It's a 4-year process taking on an international side. You've got time to change things. Like, you don't need to rip up the rulebook straight away. Big Will says 100%. Yeah, absolutely. They just don't know what they're doing. It'll be a Welsh overhaul. It's going to have to be, isn't it? Because you need that fresh blood now, because you need that fresh style of play. I mean, don't get me wrong. International players should be able to play multiple styles of rugby, and will be requested to by their coaches at their club and country. But for me, it's too much of a change at the minute. Maybe those poor warm-up games for the World Cup last year triggered emergency mode and forced him to push for changes fast. Maybe. I mean, perhaps they got figured out. Maybe they got figured out. Maybe they just felt that, the world had caught up with them and knew how to beat them now. It's quite possible. Yeah, quite possibly. I like that thought, though. I think England definitely had them figured out in those World Cup games. Yeah, well, the thing with England and Wales is we play each other so frequently. Like, most years we play each other twice. And obviously, being on the same television networks, our games are televised to each other. So it's, both same as Scotland, although they're still a little bit behind. But yeah, they're all 4 countries are so in our faces for each other that we do figure each other out pretty quickly. Haven't necessarily got the strength in depth that England have at this time. Need to give some first caps to players to gain experience. Yeah, I think so. They've got some talented prospects coming through. Can't name any at the minute, but I'm trying to wrap my... Oh, is it Tompkinson? Is it Tompkinson that was at Sarries? He's a talent. He's going to be good in a couple of years. I think my great-grandmother's next-door neighbour's friend's sister is Welsh, which makes me eligible to play for Wales. Plus, look at my profile pic. I'm a shoo-in. Absolutely. I hate this. Your nan's friend's dog is Welsh, so you're Welsh, so you can play for us. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great for the quality of rugby, because obviously we're getting better players now playing at international level, because there's more options. But if you're English, you're English. If you were born there, that's who you can play for. If you're born in Australia, you're an Aussie, you like barbecues, and you like cricket and rugby. End of. I hate this eligibility thing. They have a few players playing in the championship when it starts. You're wearing a red hat, so you could be eligible. Possibly. Just remembered that Ireland also won 2 of those Rugby World Cup warm-up games against Wales. Yeah, they didn't have a great start to their campaign, did they? And they didn't look great in the knockout stages either. They just sort of muddled through. Right, time for another beverage, methinks. I will be right back. Right, we're back. What are we saying? What have I missed? Definitely remember seeing the Welsh press putting the pressure on Gatland in light of those results. Yeah, to be fair, British press in general put the pressure on the second you lose a game. They're pretty dire for their negativity. Even playing Argentina would be a great test. To be fair, anybody playing Argentina at the minute would be a great test. All I can say is Vamonos about Argentina. Like, they can have the Falklands back if they keep playing like this. If the Archies win, what do they get? Oh, the big, you're already on it. You're already on it. You're there, mate. Yeah, we're back into the second half. 10 seconds in then. And we're going to have a little boxy. Penalty for offside. Ooh, excuse me. Is it just me, right? Or is Gibson Park trying to look like a forward with the beard? He's not a stereotypical 9, is he? In terms of his look. Now you could play for Australia drinking Foster's. Hang on. You've already doubled your beer count from last week. I know, but I'm terrified now of bursting the seal because that'll be the end of me. I'll be gone every 10 minutes. I'll miss half the game now. But I thought I'd relax a little bit more this week and have a beer and be a bit more cash. Hang on, don't we've got Aussies in. Don't you look hate Fosters? Is that right? It's all about 4X in Australia. Bucket under the desk or blame the dog. I did think about a shiwi. It did cross my mind. Yeah. See, you can't play for Australia if you drink Fosters. They'll have you. They'll eat you alive for that. Oh, VB. Oh, of course, yeah. They sponsor the cricket team, don't they? No one drinks Fosters here in Australia. You only see that in American films. 4X is a Queensland beer. There we go. I know a little bit. Used to have a couple of Aussies play for a club I coached at. Yeah, good lads. Absolute messy scenes every weekend now. I used to get in a lot of trouble with them with my wife. Like, what time is this? What state are you in? But just blame them and get away with it. It was great. Big Will's bloodstream is probably mostly 4X as a proud Queenslander. Do you know what a shoey is? No. I would guess a shoey. See, here, if you got a shoe in, you'd have like got beaten up. So I'll take a punt at that. Like, shoey. Slap someone about a bit. Don't know. What's a shoey? Enlighten me. So Ireland exit their 22 then, and we're back. We're back to kick tennis. But yeah, elsewhere, Australia, it's mainly VB. That's fair enough. It's mainly Foster's here. I think it's brewed for us in Burton-on-Trent, which is like the least Australian place you could think of. Is it? Where's it brewed? Oh no, this is Edinburgh. Again, the least Australian place you could think of. Oh no, it's Carling that's brewed in Burton-on-Trent, isn't it? Castlemaine. 4X was... Jesus, hello. Was horrible, so the new Fosters. So's the new Fosters. I don't mind. I have noticed Fosters have changed a little bit, and I'm not as keen. But I can't live that Stella life no more. I can't be drinking that trash. Ooh, excuse me. Do they still sell 4X? Yeah, it's next to Carlsberg Special Brew. Oh! Basically what happens is you pour a beer into your drink and drink it. Into your shoe and drink it. Yeah, that's nothing new. Do you know, I once worked with a girl who had a false leg. And we used to drink out of that. Yeah. Fun times. The old joke, they call it 4X because Queenslanders can't spell beer. I like that. Oh. Yeah, no. What else have I drank out of? A welly. Drank out of a welly boot. That's probably as close to as a shoey I got. Out of her leg. Yeah. Out of her false leg. So we take it to the bar and we get a picture. And you whack 4 pints in her leg and you down a bit and pass it on. Until it's run out. And then she puts it back on. And then she staggers home. Those were the days. Those were the days. Or you fling your false teeth in someone's pint. Oh, did we miss a penalty then? I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about false legs. So England got a penalty. Looks like it went through. And we're back off with Ireland then. What is Sinclair doing? Just get out the way. It's good pressure. It's good pressure. You must have been pulling her leg. Oh, I like that. I'm drinking root beer at the moment. Still counts. Still counts. Are you on dad duty today then, Rob? Is them working? Or is them not working and you're under strict instructions? All. Good mark, Mr. Farrell. Did he get it in time? Oh, he did. Yeah, fair play to him. All weekend. Saving my. You saving yourself? I don't know. Afternoon, did the Wallabies win earlier? Plumbed off. Let me tell you about the Wallabies. They did not win earlier. They drew 15 apiece. Not a single try was scored. Everything was kicked. Weather was dismal. And so were Australia. But how are you? Welcome back. Welcome back, Plum. I can't see Ireland scoring in this, you know. They just don't seem to have the edge at all in this game, and they haven't ever really looked like threatening the The Tri-Zone. Let's have a little look. Oh, they've put the shirts up. Let's see. Where's ours? Keep going. Oh, they're Stockwoods. Look. Oh. I can't believe Stockwood's shirt got in there. Devastating. Decision making in that game from the Wallabies baffled me. Yeah, they tried to utilise a kicking game that just wasn't working. Just seeing Stockwood's. Yeah, I know. I saw that too, Rob. Couldn't see it, Dickie. What? You couldn't see Stockwood's shirt? I'll screen grab it later and text it to you. Ireland haven't threatened the English line at all. Nah, not at all. They've looked really quite. I don't know whether it's a credit to England or a discredit to Ireland, but they've looked really average. But I guess it will keep the fairy tale of Argentina's dream running, emerging from 403 days of not playing Test rugby. Well, I think, yeah. I mean, long live that dream. Vamonos is all I say. Haven't seen Dee's shirt yet, but it got sent. No, yeah, I remember you saying it got sent, so it must be there. But I didn't see it. But they didn't show all of the shirts, which was a bit of a shame. These 1900 clubs could do with a little bit of exposure. There's not many of them there, though, is there? I just see them in the background of the shot now, and it covers like half a section. Would hate to see Ireland get steamrolled. Would you? I wouldn't. I'd quite enjoy it. Do you know, quite a few of my Irish buddies are very keen to tell me how amazing they are and how crap England are. So, you know, I wouldn't mind the opportunity to nil them. That would be fun. And there you go. I like a bit of that. The commentators just reiterating my point. You know, when players get to ground too quickly, don't bother jackling. Amen. England penalty then, and you would say this is in Farrell's kicking arc. This is sort of bread and butter for him. And it sails through, so that's lovely. 18-0. 18-0. Oh, we haven't updated the score in a while, have we? I must get better at that. Let's turn that to an 8. There we go. Who's the defence coach for England? Great question. I can't remember, you know. It used to be Gusto, didn't it? But Gustard, but it's not anymore. I can't think who it is now. Oh, from a game quality perspective. Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah. No, you would. This is supposed to be the game to watch. From this group, and it's not lived up to expectations. But never mind. It's rugby. We're getting to see some rugby. No fans or not. Oh dear. That's unfortunate. He's been sold there. Horrible pass to try and catch, and he's knocked it on. I was in contact with Doddy Weir last week. He said regards to all rugby boys and have a Guinness and think of him. He's a top bloke. Plum Duff, were you really in contact with the Doddy Weir? That's mad. What a guy. What an exceptional character on and off the field. Oh, well. Ching ching true Doddy. Hoping you're well. No, I can't think of his name either, Rob. France versus England should be a good one. Well, that's looking like the final now, isn't it? That'll be the final, France versus England. Oh, well, there you go. There's your defence coach, John Mitchell. As good old Baldy John. Yeah. That answers the question. He just popped up on the screen. England have made 162 tackles to Ireland's 41. Missed 5 for England and 8 for Ireland. What a stat. Oh, and Youngs is on as well now. I didn't see him come on. Hey, who you supporting? We are supporting the winners. Which at the minute is looking likely to be England. Yes, we're English, or I'm English, and I'm supporting England. But feel free to drop it in the chat. Who are you supporting? Doddy is a top man. We'll pass on your messages. Thanks. Oh, so do you know him? Do you know him personally? Do you, Plum? I'm a Newcastle Falcons fan, so Doddy is one of us. Gee whiz. He's had his melon in a few rucks, hasn't he? Who, Doddy Weir? Doddy Weir is a legend of the game. And God bless him with everything he's going through. He's, is it more MND he's got? Come on, Roses. Yes, Riley. That's what we like to see. Who was Dunstablian's defence coach when you won the MPI back in the day? Rob Stark. Do you know that answer? Because I don't. I've got a feeling it was a Kiwi fella. Billy just trampled the Irish bloke. Billy tramples lots of blokes. Neutral, but seeing Ireland win against a powerful English side would be nice. Big Will Mitchell. He was an Australian. Oh, was he an Australian? Sorry. I can't remember his name though. Do you know him too? Who are you, Plum? How do you know everybody? Right, there we go. Bit of a short kick from the pen there. Left a bit in the tank on that one, didn't he? Pulled it a bit. Ireland ringing their, getting their changes ready. That's a bit better. Ireland stringing some passes together. Looked nice there for a second and kick it away. Before... Well, you've been at the club longer than I have, so I only joined the club last season. But whoever he was fantastic because we won everything that year. And that team is still considered one of the greatest Dunstablian teams put together. But we will challenge that in the coming years. Right. Cardinal sin. I knew this would happen. 57 minutes in. And I've got to go to the toilet. I will be right back. Ireland have to score at least one try. You don't want to be nilled. No, nobody wants to be nilled. Nobody wants to be nilled. Oh. We're back. We're back. What did we miss? Anything? Oh, Peter Armani having a Kit Kat. Next year's Reese's 10th year of playing. Jesus. Use the can. No, I'm not sticking my dingaling inside a can. Not a chance. There's not enough of it for me to risk losing. Big Will. Remember, if you shake more than twice in the toilet, you're playing with it. Always. Always. That's why I'm always smiling. Plum Duff, are you an XD? Are you? We need to know now. Who is this mystery person? Oh, and Murray's on now. We've gone back to the conventional Pretty Boy 9. Something needs to be done about the scrum. We need to fix this. I mean, we've come a long way since the days of just slamming into each other. Oh, handbags. Love to see. But it slows the game down so much. Here comes Ireland. Time for some argy-bargy. Love a bit of niggle. I don't mind niggle. It means you're passionate. But Ireland do get the pen. And the line-out's now 5 metres out. So, and I don't like this. I don't like this where the backs all need to come in and congratulate the forwards on winning a pen. I mean, what a waste of time that is. Just get on with it. Oh. So, yep. Bog standard pick and goes. Here we go. If they don't score here. Great defence. Sean's got a spoiler alert for us. Oh. Round the corner again. Like, I absolutely agree. No high tackles. And you must wrap. You must wrap your arms for a tackle. I absolutely agree with that. But when the attacker is running so low to the ground that you can't do anything but get over the top of him, it's so difficult to referee, isn't it? I'd hate to be a referee. Oh! Is that Launchbury? Launchbury, you animal. And a Toji. Love a bit of that. What have we got here? So let's have another look at this. See, there, if you're going by the letter of the book, Jamie George has got him in a headlock. So, by the letter of the book, that's a high tackle and a yellow card. Back's got to feel like they're useful, even if it means giving the forwards moral support. What defence? Marrow does what Marrow does. Oh, it was Marrow, sorry, yeah. Oh, Launchbury's in over the top to support Marrow. Apologies. Yeah. And that's... Yeah, he does what he does. He's great at it. Johnny May. But, yeah. Marrow's quality, but let's be clear. Second row. Not... oh, so Robson's on. I saw Underhill come off. I didn't see who came on, though. What a story for Dan Robson as well. Wasn't it that he had deep vein thrombosis, didn't he? And he had to stop playing, and then he's managed to overcome all of that. He was on blood thinners for a while, couldn't play for Wasps. Really had a torrid time with it, and now he's back, better than ever. Here come the finishers. Yeah, Eddie's famous finishers. Oh, Genge. Man, that Tash. That's borderline hanging out outside the school gates, Tash, isn't it? That's not the one. Get that gone. Or get a bag of Haribo. Right, so England line out again. On their 22. Boxy away. I'll give it to Ireland. They've come to life a bit more. The pace has gone up. The energy's up with them. They're looking to increase the tempo. Penalty. Farrell giving away an obstruction. What has Genge done with his hair? I know it's locked down, but come on. Is lock Marrow's best position? In my opinion, in my humble, tiny, insignificant opinion, 120% yes. I do not see him as a 6. I don't think... He had a nothing game last week, didn't he? Against a nothing side. I didn't think he was anything special. And he ended up being moved back to the second row anyway. I think it's an experiment that Eddie likes to try. But I think if you're a specialist in a position, like second row or back row or prop, then that's your specialist position. As a grassroots coach, and Rob will back me up on this, because we coach together, we get a lot of players like props who go, oh, I want to play back row, and you put me in a back row and they haven't got a single clue what they're doing. It's a completely different game, but they think that because they are at the back of the scrum and they don't have to work so hard in the scrum, that it's a perfect position for them. And sometimes it's just not. And I think in this case with Marrow, it's just not. It's not for him. He's a second row. He's a very high work rate second row, which is ideal because you can almost play him like in open play, like you've got four back rowers. That's my opinion. But it's a very different game playing second row and playing back row. Ireland, they've found the next gear, haven't they? It's taken them 66 minutes, but they've found the next gear. They're really, really pushing now. Murray's got a point to prove that he's had a bad couple of games and he's been dropped, and now he's got a point to prove that he's still got the juices. He doesn't like that number 21 shirt, does he? He's come out here with a point to prove. In open play, all players have to be able to play. Position only comes into play to a degree in set plays in the modern game. Yeah, I won't disagree with you. What I will add to that is, you know, your positional play does change slightly, and restarts. Yeah, of course, restarts. Your positional play does change slightly because obviously, let's use the example that we see a lot of props wanting to be back row. You know, props will walk across the pitch to the next breakdown, where back row, they got to be there. They got to be in that zone and winning that ball or making those tackles. So yeah, I agree with you to an extent. It's not a huge part of the game. You know, your basic skills are more important than your positional play, but it's still part of the game. You know, you still got to be in the right place. But yeah, Murray has to be the difference. They've got better shape now that he's on. Yeah, absolutely. He's out there with a point to prove. He does not like that number 21 shirt. Advantage coming again. England look tired now as well. Notice that the English are keeping the ball carrier up in the tackle before putting them down. Oh. Not sure what happened there, but we'll watch it back. Notice that the English are keeping the ball carrier up in the tackle before putting them down. Yeah, I saw a couple of those. Trying to buy time, aren't they? They just look like they're gasping for air a little bit as more of the finishers come on. Fords are coming on. What do we got? So try or no try? No, he's held up. That is an exceptional job by Henry Slade. That is phenomenal. He's dragged him out. Well, he's rolled under him to stop the try and then held him up on top of that. That is an impeccable effort. Slade, give yourself a pat on the back, son. Absolutely. Finish them, yes. Here come the finishers. So, well, I'm assuming after this, Slade's going off. Unless, I mean, it's unusual that he'd pull Farrell off. So I doubt he's going like for like. So I'm guessing that he's going to take Slade off, move Farrell to 10. To 12, and George Ford at 10. Just listening to Nigel Owens there, he sounds so disappointed that England have held it up. Yeah, awesome player Slade. I think so. Very versatile. Started with Exeter as a 10. Came into England a couple of times and sat on the bench as 10 and changed his game as was needed of both club and country. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, that looked like he missed touch there. Looked like it went dead. But yeah, Slade's quality. Slade's quality. Let's have another look at this. Oh my word. He's a good 2 metres in the dead ball zone. And they've allowed that. But who is that? Who is that with the turnover? Sure, I read something a couple of weeks ago that Slade has been suffering with his diabetes. Yeah, he is diabetic, isn't he? He's type 1. Um, and a full 90 is detrimental for him at the moment. Well, I hope he's not playing a full 90, because in rugby we play 80, Rob. But yes, I hadn't heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's struggling with his if he is struggling with his blood sugars, that 80 minutes is difficult. I love Johnny May's animation. Fat fingers. So, we've got away. We're out to the 10. Ford is on. Slade is off. Launchbury straight with Hill. Oh, sorry, no. Slade's still on. Lawrence has gone off. Oh, excuse me. He's trying a new medication and diet out. Wow. Oh, good lord. No, nobody knew where that had gone. I don't even think the cameraman did. Good hands. England now have gone back to that first 10 minutes. They look very, very sporadic. Good turnover. Interesting. Based on new research from Australia. Wow. There we go. This is sort of exposing England's lack of a B plan, isn't it? Um, they have Plan A. Freddie Burns is on as well now. They have Plan A and Marlins, yeah. Um, yeah, they have Plan A, but they never have a Plan B. And when this happens, when a team starts to get it together and they change something, England don't know how to cope with it. And this is exactly what's happened in the last 10 minutes. Is Ireland have made a change and come to life, and England just do not know what to do. Here we go. A forward thinking he can be a 9. Just pick the ball up and stand there like a rabbit in the headlights. More advantage coming. More advantage coming. I wonder if we've been a little bit noisy in the ref's ear, because he seems to be going very soft on advantage now, and anything is up for grabs. Or is it that just that Ireland are doing the better work? Cheeky chip. Oh! Oh, Stockdale, stop that. That's filth. Do you know what? Over the last 10 minutes, they've absolutely deserved that. You can't take that away from them. It's a beautiful little chip. It's a well-timed run. He's committed the defender. Yeah. Fair play. Fair play. Deserves that. Yeah. totally agree. Murray's up the tempo massively, and it's exactly what they needed. England need a plan B because you can't. You know, if you want to nil teams like Ireland, you've got to be prepared that they're coming with two plans at you, and you've got to have a plan B. You know, you've got to be able to change it up because they will figure you out, and they'll do something different. And that's exactly what Ireland have done. It's exactly what South Africa did to us. And it's exactly what we did to New Zealand at the World Cup. So, yeah. Disappointing because we're better than that. But never mind. I'll be right back. Oh, I told you, lads. Once I break the seal, that's it. I'm done for. Newcastle beat Bath. I know. I watched it. It was a phenomenal game. Really nice to see the new away kit as well. Little factoid. So Newcastle's new away kit is white, black and green hoops. The reason why they always use green as their away colour is because they were born out of a merger with Gosforth Park Rugby Club, who have since reformed, I believe. And Gosforth's colour were green, and the Falcons' colour were black, and that is why Newcastle wear a green away shirt to pay homage to Gosforth Park. There you go. Full of useless tidbits that are not going to enhance your day. But there you go. There's one for you. There's a pub quiz one. Why do Newcastle wear a green away shirt? Right, England seem to have shipped up a little bit. They've switched back on. Remembered that there's a job to be done. And for the finishers, places to be won. Got to impress the boss. Oh. And as we say that, forwards running in the way. Was that Husk on the pitch? Forwards running in the way. I do love Eddie's headset that he wears every week. He looks like a call centre operator, doesn't he? Tackles made today. Atoji 23, Curry 23, Underhill 21, Vunipola 21. That's nuts. That is absolute work rate. So, last couple of minutes of the game. It's done and dusted now, pretty much. We're just going through the motions. There's no way Ireland can score. I think Farrell Senior will be regretting some of his picks to the start of this game. Yeah, absolutely. Well, would he, though? Murray's had a bad few games. Johnny Sexton ain't looked great. But he's injured anyway, so that one was forced. Billy Byrne. Surprised Billy Byrne didn't start, to be fair. I rate Billy. But Murray, yeah, I think Murray needed drop in. He needed that kick up the backside to get his affairs in order. Ireland are in transition similar to Wales. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. What Ireland have done differently though is they haven't changed too many of their processes, but what they've given the players is freedom to express themselves more. Schmidt was very pattern orientated, whereas Farrell is a little bit more set piece orientated and allow players the license to express themselves on the pitch. In my opinion, just in my opinion. So yeah, the transition has worked, but yeah, you're right. They're in a transition period, which has worked better for Ireland than it has Wales. I'm contemplating watching Wales, or should I go to bed? Well, what time is it? As my late father-in-law always said, you can sleep when you're dead, son. Not a bad game to watch. No, it's not been a bad game to watch, to be fair. It's not been a bad game at all to watch. Much better than Georgia. I'm going to watch the Wales game. If Wales have fallen as far as people are saying, so if they lose today, it's 2:48 in Brisbane. Yeah, go to bed. Wait, have you got work in the morning? Are you going to get up and go to work? If not, live the dream. Sleep tomorrow. I actually enjoyed this game a lot. Yeah, I thought it was a good game. It was a good game. England have absolutely dominated 70% of that game. But really exciting to watch Ireland come back to life and fight back. A little bit too late. I think if they'd have come out of the second half and played like that for the second 40, we could have had a real game on our hands and it'd been a real close contest. But consolation try for them. That's the best they're going to get. No bonus point either. And England march on. Oh, glad Ireland got the consolation try. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. England deserve that. I think so. But I'm biased, aren't I? So, of course I think so. So how does the group stand? England played 2-1-2, 9 points. Ireland played 2-1-1, 4 points. Wales played 1, lost 1, no points. Georgia played 1, lost 1, no points. No points. I'm a builder, and I've some quotes to do at 10 a.m. But I think I'll watch the first half of the Wales game. Yeah, watch the first half, and if it's crap, go to bed. Watch the first 10 minutes. You'll know then if it's crap, if it's going to be crap or not. Right, so Georgia, 25 minutes till kickoff. Wales, Georgia, and we will see. We will see what we see. I think Wales will. I think Wales will knock them off quite easily. What do you reckon? Mate, good live stream and congratulations, England. Mate, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. It's only our second watch-along live stream on Dees TV. We generally cover our own games. But obviously the season's been completely cancelled for all English rugby below level 2. And we're at level 8 of 12. So yeah. Is it of 12 or is it of 10? I can't remember. Might be of 8. I don't know. We're a long way down the pecking order is what I'm saying. So yeah, we haven't got anything to cover at the minute. So we thought, why not give this a shot? So it's really good that you've enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed making it. So thank you for joining me. The Big Show, cheers for the stream. Thank you for coming, mate. Hopefully we'll see you two next week. It's been nice getting to know getting to know you. Level 8, thank you. Of 8. Never mind. We'll move on. Right, so don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. Go and follow the link to Amazon Prime. It helps us out massively. Makes the club a couple of quid. And if you don't like it, cancel it. Like, day 1, sign up. Day 2, cancel. You still get a full month for free. It's that easy. Likewise. See you in the next live stream. And cheers, everyone. Thank you very much, fellas. Right, anyway. Peace out.